Are tigers moving to the mountains because of climate change? Has a new species of shark been found in Alabama? And did the killer whales trapped in ice manage to escape? What a wild week. Welcome to What a Wild Week, a weekly series where I summarise some of the biggest stories to come out of the natural world each week. Tigers are moving into higher altitudes due to humans and climate change. Tigers, one of the world's most charismatic and favourite animals. These distinctive cats are instantly recognised as apex predators in the jungle, but thanks to us and climate change, they're now opting for different habitats entirely. Tigers in India have been caught on camera prowling through high-altitude mountains, something that has rarely been witnessed before. The sightings occurred in the mountains of Sikkim, nestled between Nepal, Bhutan and Tibet. Researchers from the Wildlife Institute of India were left astounded by multiple tiger sightings, including one at a jaw-dropping altitude of 3,966 metres. Camera traps were strategically placed in these high altitudes to try and understand the impact that climate change was having on large mammals. It's thought that climate change and escalating human activities could be the driving factors behind the tigers switching from their traditional hunting grounds into these mountainous territories. But this isn't a one-off occurrence. Across the border in Nepal, the World Wildlife Fund for Nature has also recorded tiger sightings at similar altitudes, potentially highlighting a broader trend of big cats scaling heights not deemed reachable before. As temperatures increase to the alarming levels that we've seen in recent years, tigers are likely seeking cooler habitats. So it seems they are quite literally migrating to higher altitudes to avoid a changing climate. This trend echoes the global pattern of species shifting their ranges in response to climate change. With technological advances like camera traps and social media, more sightings are being recorded, giving us access that we never had previously. In January 2024, the UN's World Meteorological Organization said that the 2023 annual average global temperature was 1.45 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. In other words, the warmest year on record. Scientists have warned that any rise above 1.5 degrees Celsius risks the collapse of ecosystems and the triggering of irreversible shifts in the climate system. On top of the climate effects on these tigers, human-wildlife conflict is also pushing them out of their natural habitats, largely due to construction. This then means increased competition for resources like food and habitats, and what's been happening is the younger tigers are pushing out the weaker and older tigers. India was once home to a thriving population of tigers, but there's been fluctuations in the numbers over the decades. India has more than tripled their protected areas for tigers in the past 50 years, made up of 53 reserves totalling 75,793 kilometres squared, an area bigger than Sri Lanka. But pressures are growing. Most of these protected areas exist as small pockets in a vast sea of unsustainable land. While some habitat corridors do exist that allow tiger movement, most of them aren't in protected areas, and they're sadly deteriorating thanks to human activity. A new species of prehistoric shark has been found in Alabama, 65 million years ago. Following the catastrophic extinction event that wiped out dinosaurs, a formidable predator emerged in the form of a shark with needle-like fangs on the sides of its teeth. Cut to present day, and scientists have discovered a fossil of this species for the very first time. Named Paleohypotodus bezoukoi, meaning ancient small-eared tooth, this shark thrived in the period following the mass extinction event that wiped out 75% of life on Earth, including the dinosaurs. The Paleocene, characterized by a shallow tropical ocean stretching across southern Alabama, served as the perfect stage for this ancient shark's reign. Paleontologist Lynn Harrell, part of the discovery team, highlighted the significance of these findings, offering us a glimpse into how marine life bounces back after cataclysmic events like a mass extinction. Discoveries like this could potentially then allow us to forecast for future global events like climate change. So how did the team stumble across this extraordinary creature? Well, it was actually completely accidental. One of the scientists was looking through the historical fossil collections at the Geological Survey in Alabama, and they came across a small box. The box contained over a dozen fossilized shark teeth, meticulously preserved for over 100 years. These teeth, boasting needle-like fangs and a unique dental arrangement, unveiled a previously unidentified species that the team didn't recognize. In order to piece them all together, the team studied the teeth and jaws of living sharks, such as the great white. They then used this knowledge to reconstruct the dentition of the prehistoric species, realizing they had never seen anything like it. The new old shark was named Paleohypotodus bezokoi, a tribute to the late archaeologist Bruce Bezoko, whose legacy now swims alongside this remarkable discovery. These latest findings, along with 400 other species of shark and bony fish in the region, suggest Alabama may have been one of the most diverse marine habitats in the world during prehistoric times. Killer whales trapped in a sea of ice have safely escaped. Like millions of others, I was completely glued to my phone this week, witnessing one of the most haunting videos I think I have ever seen. A pod of orcas became trapped in drift ice off the coast of Hokkaido in Japan. It all began when a local fisher spotted the trapped orcas and quickly alerted authorities in the coastal town of Raosu on Tuesday morning. What followed was a gripping rescue mission that captured the attention of environmental organisations and concerned citizens. The internet became a bit of a frenzy, with people urging organisations like Sea Legacy and Sea Shepherd to try and step in. The drone footage confirmed the presence of at least 13 individual orcas, although it's hard to know how many were actually there for certain. The chief cabinet secretary told journalists that orcas weren't endangered species in Japan, but that they would still monitor the situation. To make things even more complicated, the area where the orcas were trapped has long been disputed between Japan and Russia. The local islands were seized from Japan by the Soviet Union at the end of the Second World War, and this has prevented the two countries from signing any sort of treaty since. So on Tuesday night, many of us went to sleep wondering about the fate of the trapped orcas, waking up on Wednesday morning to the incredible news that they had escaped. Paul Nicklin, co-founder of Sea Legacy, took to Instagram on Wednesday morning to give us all the update we were eagerly waiting for. It's thought that the whales managed to escape overnight as the ice loosened, hopefully swimming back into open water. Paul made some other really good points on his post that I want to highlight. There's obviously nothing worse than seeing animals suffer. But whales, such as orcas, face adversity every single day. It's just there isn't someone there to film it and put it on social media. Other Arctic species like belugas and narwhals get trapped much more than we are aware of. While it's completely heartbreaking to witness footage like this, it serves a reminder that the natural world is absolutely ruthless. It's hard to pinpoint the exact reason for the ice entrapment, but there's no doubt that climate change is adding to these challenges. One thing's for sure, and that's the absolute power that comes with people caring about something. The public pressure actually caused the Japanese authorities to rethink, and the Japan Coast Guard was going to step in with a special ship that breaks up the ice had they not escaped. It's a welcome reminder that when it comes to protecting the planet, together we have the potential to move mountains, or in this case, ice. So there you have it, those were some of the wildest stories of the week. Hit the like button, click subscribe, and I'll see you back here next week to catch you up on all things wild.